Hey guys, Hobo4Craft aka Mr.Hobo here, and we have Lynn versus Sky once again. I wanted to show this matchup again just because the first game they played, I don't want to give anything away, but it did end kind of short, and I wanted to show the full potential of this matchup. It looks like Sky is spawning on the top position on Mounting Valley, and Lynn on the bottom position. To be honest with you guys, this is probably one of my least favorite uh, maps on Frozen Throne, the new solo maps, just because it's so long, and as an undead player, I can't really harass here, and that leaves me to creep, but when I creep, it's just, normally I get harassed by the time I get to a big orange here, and it's just a mess for me. But enough about me and my complaining. It looks like Sky is going to be fast building his altar here, and getting a Barex is normal, so he will be getting a fast hero. He will be getting a Mountain King actually, and you can see how much faster he produced his altar just by in relation to Lynn's. He's getting a big head start there, and hopefully with his Mountain King he straight techs and instead of trying to fast expo. That's what I would like to see, because that would guarantee some casters, and I really like caster plays versus orc. And let's see, he's going to be scouting here, it looks like. We're sending this militia off to make a scout farm. We'll see what happens with that. And it looks like a Blade Master will be coming out for Lynn, second burrow, so he's not going to be fast teching like he did the other game, because I think he's doing this because he does realize that this map is larger, and much larger in fact than even the cross spawn on Turtle Rock, so he is taking that into consideration. And I don't know what this militia did. It looked like it ran this way and ran back. That was kind of weird. But it looks like the Mountain King will be fast expoing actually. Or he's fast creeping this, maybe. We'll see what happens. He will be fast creeping this, and it's really fast creep. He really wants to get level 3 really quickly, because if he can do that, then he can have a level 2 bolt, and that would be huge, especially against the BM. It deals so much damage and keeps him just bolted and stunned for so long. Keeps him well out of threat range. It looks like Lend is just starting to creep this green outside of his base, these 3 trolls, and it looks like a circlet of nobility, so good first drop there. Strength, agility, and intelligence covers all 3 areas right there. It looks like the Mountain King here got a wand, a wand of mana stealing, which will be very good in draining the BM's mana while getting mana of his own, and therefore he will have many more bolts, and that's a good item for the Mountain King right there. It looks like more peasants being produced. We could still see an expo just because he hasn't showed signs of trying to tech yet, but he doesn't have a lumber mill, so he does want a lot of wood peasants, so it could go either way here. And this peon just chilling out waiting to see what's going on. He will see this level 2 Mountain King and these 2 peasants, so he probably might put 2 and 2 together and assume that this was crept. But it was kind of, I've never seen a fast creep here with militia, so I'm not sure if that's usual or not, but I don't think I've seen that on professional level. But then again, I don't watch replays of this map. At least I haven't seen any professional replays on this map, I don't think ever, so this is kind of new for me as well. And it looks like MK did get boots, which is huge, especially against BM, and catching up with units as well allows you to pick off a lot more units that way. So fast MK is a good MK, and it looks like the BM will anticipate red creeping here, and he might pick off this Ice Troll High Priest, and it looked like he will, and red didn't Stormbolt in anticipation of the BM, though he had no way of knowing. Just to be safe he could have, but it looks like the BM did take it, so that's a nice chunk of experience right there. And these grunts now withering away at these peasants, and it looks like one will go down, and this BM just being a big pain, and one other peasant will go down, and you can see how much damage that Stormbolt does, and it just keeps this BM out of play for quite some time, and he does go off to solve, and it looks like these peasants do cancel it. It looks like this grunt will go down, and this tower probably not going to survive. However, one last hit, and does now level 3. That's really good for Sky here, but it looks like this Blade Master also will get level 3 off of these peasants. Only one remains. I believe there were 7 here, and only one left. So if I do the math correctly, I believe it was 6. And it looks like Lin was expoing meanwhile, so uh, that's a good play there, because normally Sky would not have recognized, he would not have thought of that while being harassed here, but Sky actually good in recognition and checking for that, and a good try by Lin in trying to get that up while capitalizing over here. So it looks like these grunts will be ran out, and Sky's still going to try for the expo. He still hasn't teched to tier 2. It's a good thing he made all those peasants early on, but he still doesn't have a lumber mill, so he can't even make guard towers. And it looks like he heard me talking, because he just put one up, and it looks like this troll berserker would go down. And you can see that's a nice chunk of experience right there. It looks like this grunt being chased away, so a lot of scrambled action going on so far this early in the game, and it's not looking spectacular for Sky here. The only thing he really has going for him is this level 3 MK, and if he can get another wand of mana stealing off on this BM, he could get a good chunk of mana, and he has enough for 3 bolts here. He's just gonna bolt this BM, because without the BM the grunts can't really do anything. So good play by Sky, just getting rid of the BM. And it looks like this expo, yes, is going up, putting up some towers in his base. And I was gonna say something about last game, but I don't want to give anything away, and it's kind of hard, so I'll try and bite my tongue whenever I think of something like that. Lin did place the Voodoo Lounge way out here, so as to be able to stay on the offensive, not having to run too far back to his base every time he needs something. And he is getting a bestiary and a war mill, so we could see Wind Riders, which is pretty typical when a human goes Mountain King first, just because you don't have that Archmage combined with his water elementals, which do a ton of damage to Wind Riders with all that piercing attack. And it looks like this BM just gonna be warded off by this Mountain King. We can see that he is going to put up another burial for a total of 4. That's going to be a food count of 50. So we can see, because Wind Riders are food intensive, we can probably guess he's going to go for that. It looks like Lin's going to try for sappers here, but that's going to fail completely, because Sky was just waiting for that grunt to aggro these creeps, and that was a free grunt for Sky right there. And it looks like this Shadow Priest going to get away just in time. Very good microing out there by Sky, and it looks like this BM and his 3 grunts are just gonna back away. So good play there by Sky. Good recognition, sensing something was up here, excuse me. I believe Lin was going to